What's up, self-healers? Lisa Lightfeather here. Welcome to my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. Today, I wanted to come on and speak about the topic of narcissism versus the psychopath. So the term narcissism, okay, we got it. It's been being thrown around a whole lot. But the fact of the matter is that this disorder does exist, and this mental health disorder is running rampant. Yeah. But how do you know when you're actually dealing with a psychopath or a narcissist? Okay. So here are some key differences. So the narcissist is a little more outgoing. They're a little more outgoing because they really thrive on affirmations. They thrive on getting attention. They thrive on being admired, and so you'll see the narcissist being a lot more public than a psychopath. A narcissist does not have the ability to feel empathy, not in the normal way like a regular person would, but they do have the ability to mimic empathy or pretend they can pretend. Once they, at first you can see it when they're not very good at pretending at all. It's very obvious that it's fake, but after a while they get the hang of pretending to have empathy. A narcissist also will they can feel shame and they can feel guilt. So if you call a narcissist out, they will react in a hostile way, because what they're doing is they're feeling shameful about something that they've done. Because a narcissist, often they're not aware of what they're doing, but a lot of times when you call it out, they realize that they've done something wrong, right? A narcissist feels entitled. They will have an entitled attitude, like everyone owes them something and someone should do something. And a narcissist does not like the word no. Like if a narcissist asks you to do something and you've done it 5 times before and it's just becoming a habit, they will expect you to do that all the time. And if you say, no, I can't do it right now, or I'm not going to do it, they will get extremely angry. They do not like the word no. Narcissists like to slot people how they fit in their life. They play people like chess players, like this person does this person does that, and when this or that person doesn't do said thing, then they get really angry, because they are entitled, and they plug and play people into their life as they fit, where they fit at. You know what I mean? And so the narcissist believes that everybody is around them to benefit and serve them. The narcissist can be very friendly. They can be very giving. Like they will give lavish gifts and things of that sort, but it's not really for the person that they're giving the gifts for. It's really for them to be, and then they take pictures and show everybody and stuff like that, because they're really doing it for them. They're not really doing it for the person that they're lavishing with gifts, or that they're treating like royalty. They're doing it because they're doing it like they're doing it for TV, as I heard one narcissist say. Yeah, so they do everything like they're doing it for TV. So nothing is ever really real. It's just, oh, somebody's going to see this. I'm going to put this on TV. So this is how I got to make this look perfect. Like they will take 5 or 6. We all take a bunch of selfies to try to get the right one, but they will take 500 or 600 selfies of food and or whatever's happening. Like the people that are involved in that can't even enjoy it, because they have to stop enjoying whatever event is going on so they can take 500 pictures to get the right one. Things of that sort. So everything is very grandiose, big. They make it seem like they want everybody to see them how they see themselves, even if it's not true, right? And so basically a narcissist is more out front and up front and center. A sociopath, on the other hand, a narcissist needs other people's energy. That's why they're out front and center. They want to be with the people. They want to be up front and center, because they need the outside energy to function. A psychopath, on the other hand, does not need anyone's energy. They don't need anyone's energy. A psychopath can stay by themselves. They don't really care for people. They don't really have enough emotion in them to care for people. Yeah, they will. The only reason a psychopath is around people is because those people serve them in some way. They literally serve them in some way. A psychopath is very cold, calculated, and they don't have a lot of emotion outside of laughter. I've seen them laugh about certain things, but it was usually about something that was very cruel, something that was done to someone else that was very cruel. They're very spontaneous in their cruelty. Like they can just, like a person can just be sitting there and they would just haul off and just bash them in the face with something, a book or something. Like I was at a farm one time where it was clearly a psychopath. He was lived out in the country, and so we all went out there, and so I was looking at the sheep, and one of the sheep was laying in a bucket that had like a little bit of water, and it was very hot, and so the sheep was laying in the bucket, and I said, "Oh, that one's smart. It's just chilling in the shade, laying in the bucket of water." And the psychopath said, "Yeah, that'll be the first one that I slaughter." And I thought, okay, that was real psychopathic. A psychopath, you can just be chilling, right? Like you're just chilling out on the sofa or laying in the bed. A psychopath you never know what makes them tick. And so the fact that you are too comfortable could cause you to be hit with something, a pan, a plant that's sitting on the table, a book. They just walk up to you. You never see it coming because they're very cold and calculated, and you don't know what makes a psychopath tick, what makes their anger tick. Like just the fact that you're around them and you don't flinch. Because I've been around psychopaths before, and I know I'm around a psychopath, but I don't flinch because I'm just like, I've seen this energy before, and I know what I'm around, but I don't flinch. That will trigger them because the audacity that you would just be comfortable and not be bothered, and so they have zero empathy and zero remorse. They're very detached. They don't really get attached to people. Now things they do get attached to, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's a goal of theirs, like making money or some sort, they'll get attached to that, but they're not really attached to it. They see people as an ends to a means. I'm sorry, a means to an end. Yeah? They see people as a means to an end. And so if they see you and they want, they need a place to stay, that's what they're looking at. They're not looking at the person. Their eye is targeted on what that person has that they want. They're very highly aware of their surroundings. Yeah, they're very highly aware of surroundings. A lot of times, they don't do a lot of blinking. They don't have a lot of facial expression. You know what I'm saying? Like a psychopath doesn't have a lot of facial expression. Their eyes are just head and eyes straight forward. Like it feels like someone is like staring a hole through you. Yeah. Very spontaneous with their abuse. Like I said earlier, you don't really see it coming. You could just be standing there and all of a sudden you're being hit in the face with something, or because you don't know what makes them tick. These people are very dangerous, very calculated, very cold, they don't have any emotion, they don't have any regret, they don't have any remorse. These people make great hitmen, or like, you know, snipers in the military or something. They're like very, yeah, like they could literally take someone's life and then go have breakfast. Like it doesn't bother a psychopath. And so if you're with one of these two extremes, you need to know that the difference between the psychopath and the narcissist. The narcissist will come around you if you have children, because children are vulnerable to the narcissist, because children are going to, oh, look, they like you, they give you love, they're constantly giving some type of energy, and so it's really easy to manipulate a child. If a psychopath has children, even if he's anywhere around them, he will see you as a person that can take care of them while he goes and takes care of his stuff. He doesn't see you as a mother to his children. He sees you as someone that will be with his children while he can go do whatever he does. But so he doesn't really see you as that. But narcissists will use children to feed on their energy and to boost their ego. A psychopath is very detached from their children. They're just another something that they have, you know, and they may see something in that child for the future, like that child can do this or that for me, or whatever it is. But there's no emotion there. There's no love there. Yeah. Um, I will be speaking on the topic of the psychopath a little more because I had a psychopathic mother. Narcissist, psychopathic, borderline personality disorder. I was raised by a woman that had these mental health issues, and for a child to be raised in that, it's just it's crazy work. Yeah. So my name is Lisa Lightfeather, and I am ready to share my story with the world because I'm in my second Saturn return. I've been doing a whole lot of reflecting, and I truly think that some of the things that I have been through can help someone out there. You need to know the difference between a narcissist and a psychopath because the word narcissist is being thrown around like crazy. But if you're with a psychopath, you need to know the difference. Yeah? Well, I hope that none of you are going through any of this. Or if you have been through some of these things, let me know in the comments if you recognize some of these signs and symptoms between the difference between a psychopath and a narcissist. And if you like my content, please don't forget to like, subscribe. And if you're really feeling my vibe, hit the bell notification so that you know when I upload. We'll see you next time.